Good day, Chula Vista. Thank you for joining us. We are on episode 26 already. Yay! Can you believe we've done 26?
Wow. That's awesome.
We're doing good. So, we're really excited today because we have Barrio Dogg in the house. Yay!
Thanks for having me.
Welcome,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Awesome.
They're like family to me, so I'm really, really excited to share their story with you because I'm excited to hear about it. Not just like for everyone, but this is something that we were talking about last week with Ernesto. But let's have you, let's introduce yourselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pablo Rios.
Ernesto Gastelum.
So tell me a little bit about, Pablo, tell me a little bit about yourself, like how you started. And I know that you were in real estate and you were doing loans and you were doing REOs for a time, but before that you were in the food business, right?
Yes. Yes. So, I've always had a passion for food. If you were to talk to anybody in my family, they would tell you that I was the little kid who was always hanging around Nana's kitchen instead of watching cartoons.
Wow.
I don't know. I just it was something that I like to do, and maybe because I like to always be with my grandma, no? But from there, it stayed just a passion until 2008 when I opened my first restaurant. So my first venture was a fine dining Italian restaurant. So a little different from what we're doing now in Barrio Dogg, but it really, I think, paved the way to allow us to get here. I learned a lot. I stumbled. I picked myself up. At the end, I learned what not to do with my next project. So when we came into this project, we already had kind of a baseline. We had a roadmap of where we needed to go, and we've just been following it since.
Wow. So how long did you have that other business for?
So I ran that business from 2008 to 2012. The restaurant in itself had been around for 25 years prior to me purchasing it. But what I did was I remodeled it. I kind of vamped the menu by adding fresh ingredients and quality ingredients. And it was a great run. Unfortunately, 2012 was a tough year.
I was going to say, that was a tough time. 2008 was
very tough time.
The worst
very
time.
tough time.
I think we all lost it all in 2008.
Yeah. So
and you were barely getting in.
it was hard for people to be able to come out and enjoy a nice white tablecloth dinner with everything that was going on. So I was able to sell it, and I kind of laid low. I got full-time into my real estate again until last year when we really dove into this project.
Right. You were also doing really good in real estate.
Yeah.
They were my lenders when they were here. Both of them were here at Point Mortgage, so we were working together for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask you guys to make comments. And everybody that makes a comment or asking a question, you're going to get entered into the drawing. And they are giving out a $25 gift card to their restaurant.
Yes.
Right? So you said a whole family can eat with that gift card.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. What we wanted to do is we wanted to make our experience affordable to everybody. You don't have to sacrifice quality for price. And that's really what we're out there to do.
These look delicious. I'm getting hungry just smelling them. I wish you guys could smell them. Ernesto, so tell us about you. I know you were here last week, but you had the other hat on.
Yes.
The lenders. So now let's put this one on. And
Yeah, well, I mean, my compadre, we've been lifelong friends. I mean, just the other day we were asking ourselves, right? We're like, what did we call ourselves before compadre? Like it was gone that far back.
Yeah.
We don't even remember.
Yeah.
But
dude,
yeah, just like
you call him dude.
dude, bro.
Probably. I don't remember.
But having that relationship with him and being by his side through his experiences with opening the restaurant, the challenges he's had, and kind of just even just in real estate itself, where we were always together, we were always brainstorming and kind of always thinking ahead of what we would be doing next, and it's just even just from hanging out socially, from being down in Baja. I mean, you always hear me talk about Baja, having family down there, having hot dogs down there.
Right.
Every time the late night eats, we're out there for a race, and kind of that's where we started thinking of putting something together.
I think that's really where it started.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, because we always, when we tell our story, we always take it back to when we started conceptualizing it, but I think that it went back even further.
Right.
I think it went back to being outside of the Joya Mar in Ensenada. You know what I mean? And there's nothing else to eat, and all you get is that bacon wrapped hot dog. But I think
And
that's
they
what,
are so good at 3 a.m.
yeah,
right?
I think that's really where I fell in love. That's where I fell in love with the hot dog.
Yes, yes.
You know, I think if we pinpointed to where it
I
started.
remember
it would be
going out here in downtown, and I would miss that. I'm like, oh God, there's no hot dogs outside, right? Here in downtown, it wasn't the same.
Yeah, so that's what we wanted to do, was fill that void.
So I thought this was a good idea for you guys to be here at the beginning of the year, because I think a lot of people, a lot of our viewers have dreams.
Yeah.
They want to follow their dream, and you guys are from here, from Chula Vista, and I think it's good when we can see that it's some people are following their dreams, they're actually getting to work and taking action. And I just want them to hear from you that it is hard work, but when you're passionate about it, it doesn't really feel like work.
Right.
You know, you can be working 18, 19 hours and it doesn't
We
really
do.
feel like work, right?
We do.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, I can imagine. But you have that passion because this is your dream.
Absolutely.
So I think it's about working hard. It's not going to come easy. But when you're following your dreams, then it doesn't really feel like work, and you do want to find it. So that's why I wanted you guys to talk about.
Let's talk about that. Yeah, let's talk
So
about that.
tell us about your dream.
So, I think when it became a dream, is when we started to play with it at home. You know, like when we started to conceptualize and say, okay, we've had that hot dog. Now, how do we make our own hot dog? And I think that started about 3.5 years ago, where we would just get together for a UFC fight or for a boxing match or a football game, and we would literally go back and forth. And like, so one week I would put one together, and then the next week my compadre would put one together, and we kind of went back and forth just on a fun level. And I would say, as we saw people like it, it kind of stirred something in us. But the concept was always meant to be our retirement project. You know, both of us have been in real estate for, I'm going on 17 years, and compadre is like right there as well. So we always said, you know, what are we going to do after real estate, right? And so this was one of those projects where he said, look, compadre, we're just going to go to Cabo. We're going to open up a little stand in Cabo. We're going to sell hot dogs. That's it, right? And so it stayed on the shelf as that kind of vision and dream until we started to see what was happening in Barrio Logan. So
what's happening in Barrio Logan?
So in Barrio Logan, we're really seeing an art renaissance. We're seeing a cultural renaissance. So before I moved to Chula Vista for high school, I grew up in Barrio Logan. So, you know, I went to Our Lady of Guadalupe Church. We used to walk down to Porky Land to eat. You know, this is my neighborhood. So it wasn't until about 1.5 years ago that him and I started to hang out down there, because one of our friends, our mutual friends, was opening up a tattoo shop. And so Ernesto and I would walk around and go visit him, and they'd be like, man, what's going on here?
Yeah, new area, it's growing.
This is cool.
It was we fall back on this Sunday morning, and I remember clearly. Again, we were getting together. We're like, hey, compadre, go with me. I need to go get some work done on some tires, you know, to get ready for a Baja run. And Lolo was with us, you know, my godson. So we get the tire done, and they tell us, okay, well, it's going to be a couple hours. It was early. We're like, okay, well, let's go say hi to our friend at the tattoo shop. Let's grab a cafecito from Pura Vida. We do that, and we're walking the block, and next thing you know, we see that the spot's available, and before we even said anything to each other, we kind of just looked at each other, and we're like, this is it.
Yeah.
Really? You guys both were thinking the same thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of
This is home.
like the stars just like everything got clear for us.
You got your
So
son.
it's one of those, you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah. And
I thought that only happened with couples.
you know what? I probably spend
It
more
happens
time
with
with him
compadres too.
than my wife. So, but no, I think that was really what sparked us,
Yeah.
was seeing the cultural renaissance, the art renaissance.
Yeah.
We wanted to be a part of it. So from there, it was like, all right.
You just started making the calls, like, how can we get
No,
into this
well, the
location,
thing
or-
is, the thing is, first we sat down and we said, is this something that you really want to do?
Yeah, because it was going to take a lot of work.
Because I already had known
Right.
of
Yeah.
what
He knew how long it was
sleepless
gonna-
nights
Right.
are, right?
Yeah.
So I made sure we sat down. It was me, my wife, my compadre, my comadre. We sat down at a square table and we said, look, this is what it's going to take. This is what it's going to be. If everybody's on board, then we're going to do this together as a
Right.
team. And the only reason it's worked is because of the team.
Right, because everybody's as passionate about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So how many hours do you guys put into it, like on a weekly basis?
It's probably not even fair to say how many hours.
Let's say the days run about
14 to 16 hours
days.
days. Yeah, 14 to 16 hour days, 6 days a week right now.
And again, my compadre has had that experience with the previous restaurant
Yeah.
he's had, so all this was new to me. It was it was scary at the same time, but having the trust, knowing that I have my compadre by my side and that we've worked together before, we have the same vision, the same passion. But it's a challenge. But again, when you're passionate about something, and you believe in it, it doesn't seem like work.
No,
Absolutely
it doesn't
not.
seem like work.
It absolutely has to depend on the person that you're doing it with, too.
Yes.
Okay? Because
Definitely.
I would not have partnered with anybody else.
Yeah.
Because I've worked with my compadre before.
Right.
And we're both very systematic people. And so nothing that we're doing right now is by accident. You know, we're blessed to have the response that we've had, but we planned this. You know what I mean? We wanted it to be
You guys
this.
had a vision.
Absolutely.
And I think when you have a clear vision of what you want and you take action, it happens.
It was just expedited,
Right, right.
and it's happening at the right time.
Absolutely.
So are you still opening one in Cabo?
We will. We
Maybe
will.
franchise?
Well, definitely Barrio Dogg will be in other cities. We have a 5-city plan to roll out within the first 5 years.
Wow.
And then after that, we'll see where it takes us. But we definitely dreamed big on this one, and we're swinging for the fences.
Right.
Yeah, because this is amazing. Like I was looking at he brought some and they're
Yeah.
so
I can tell you about 'em.
delicious. This one caught my attention because I know that chiles en ahogada, those
Yeah.
are very popular. So
Yeah.
when I saw the granada, I knew that's what that was, but I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah.
So tell me about this one here.
So let me tell you, so everything starts with the foundation, right? So the foundation of all of our hot dogs is 100% Black Angus beef from Brant Farms in Brawley, California. So we locally source all of our beef, and Brant Farms is a grass-fed farm. So there's no
really?
antibiotics in raising the beef,
Or
and there's no
hormones or anything like
fillers or nitrates in the dog. Most people don't like hot dogs because of the way it makes
nitrates,
them feel
first of all,
after,
yes.
right? Like personally for me, I couldn't eat hot dogs before because my stomach
Yeah.
would hurt. I had to be very selective at the types that I ate. So picking the hot dog was a challenge in itself for us. I mean, we
Right.
probably went to 12 to 14 different purveyors and farms before we decided to go with Brant Farms. So the foundation is in the beef. When you eat it, it tastes like a steak. Then we wanted to make sure we gave it a
So
nice...
grass-fed, no nitrates, and
No
what's that?
antibiotics. Yeah, no antibiotics. And then our bread, our panaderos from Sonora. Okay, so all of our bread is made fresh for us daily. It's a Sonora style roll, which is sweet in flavor and fluffy in texture. It holds up really well to the ingredient, and we steam all of our buns and we grill them before we serve them.
Yummy.
Yeah. So what we brought you here are 3 of 9 selections on our menu. The first one here, this is our trademark. This is called El Cholito.
El Cholito.
El Cholito with an X. And we named it El Cholito because El Cholo Squinkle is the native dog of Mexico.
Yes.
And it's also the mascot for the Tijuana soccer team. So it's our tribute to Tijuana. So on this dog, what we do is grilled onions, cheese, sour cream, salsa verde, mayo, mustard, ketchup, Roma tomato, chopped red onion, chopped jalapeno. We even do a little crispy fried garlic on top, some cilantro. It's got the
Yummy.
works, right?
That's everything.
Yeah. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to use inspirations for each of our hot dog. So for instance, the second one. So I grew up, one of my favorite things to eat was chiles en hogada, right? So how did we turn that into a hot dog?
Yeah.
What we did was we took poblano peppers and we smoked them with hickory and mesquite. And then we turn those into rajas. We saute them with grilled onions, and then we make our own cotija cream sauce in-house. We
Yummy.
serve it on top. We used aged manchego cheese that we import. It's got crispy fried red onion and fresh pomegranate. So you're gonna get smokiness, spicy, creamy, chewy, crunchy,
Yeah.
all of the textures into one bite. Yes. And then
And to go.
and then because we didn't want to just be labeled as the Mexican style hot dog,
Right.
we have international creations. For instance,
So what is this one called?
this one's called El Pueblito. The second one's El
Pueblito.
Pueblito. First one Cholito, the second one Pueblito. And then the third one, personally, one of my favorite things to eat is that Vietnamese banh mi sandwich. It's a really popular thing. They do it with barbecued pork or barbecued beef. I said, how do I turn this into a hot dog? So what we did is we took a Korean barbecue sauce that we make in-house and we drizzle that on top. And then we take cucumber, jicama, and carrot and we soak it in rice wine vinegar. We serve it on top like a fresh slaw, and then we do jalapeno slices, sriracha, crunchy garlic, and we do wasabi
Are
sesame
you getting
seeds.
all this?
Yeah, this one's a really good one. It's
Yeah,
another
I
personal
love
favorite.
jicama, so having it in the food is like
Yeah,
so tasty.
and
It
again,
has a nice fresh taste to it, but it's got
Yeah.
a good little kick.
you got vinegar, you got sweet, you got spice, you got crunch.
Yeah.
We really want all of our hot dogs to display all those characteristics.
Wow. And how many hot dogs do you have? How many?
We have a total of 9.
Nine.
Nine.
So give us the names.
So we start off with La Virgen.
Pueblito.
So La Virgen is the first one. So if you have someone who's a picky eater or children, they come in, they ask for the Virgen because it's a build your own. You get it with mayo, mustard, ketchup, or if you don't want something, you want to add something, it's your opportunity to have a blank canvas. No? El Cholitos are Tijuana style. We also have one that's called El Capone. That's Chicago style. So we do that with stone ground mustard, fresh Roma tomato, chopped red onion. We do a pickle spear, sport peppers, celery salt, and it's all in a poppy seed bun. I do one called El Gallo. El Gallo's our breakfast dog. So that's the rooster. So we split the dog in the middle. On that one, we split the dog in the middle. We fill it with grilled onions and melted cheese. We do a fluffy omelet on top. Sour cream, salsa verde, salsa roja, and cotija cheese. Why? Because when I was growing up, when compadre was growing up, weenie con huevos, what we ate in the morning.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So we wanted to
Exactly.
spotlight that. We have El Vaquero. So on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we do one called El Vaquero, which is our version of the chili dog. So it's basically if there was a Mexican albañil and an American cowboy and they came to the Texas-Mexico border, what would they cook? We came up with chile con carne. And so we do a nice chili dog on melted cheddar cheese, sour cream, salsa verde, jalapeno. It's got really nice
Are they
crunch.
spicy?
That one's a little bit spicy, not too much. If you're into spice, we made one called El Bombero. So one of our favorite guests is the local fire department. So Engine 7 is right down the street on Cesar Chavez, and it's a bunch of young guys. And when they came in, they were looking for something spicy. So I said, I got something for you when you come back. So we made one called El Bombero. So the Bombero has 7 different chili peppers, okay, for Engine number 7 in the barrio. Now, what we do is...
That's special.
Yeah, we made them their own dog. All of our salsas and cremas we make in-house. That one has 4 of our salsas. So that one has a salsa verde, a little bit different than other people's because we do ours with apple cider vinegar. So it's real bright and fresh. We do one called the Crazy Rabbit, which is made with habanero and carrot. And then we make one that's called Purple Rain, which is made with beets and cactus fruit. And then we finish that hot dog with Dragon Tears, which is a garlic chili oil. So if you're into spice, that's the
the
dog.
best.
Yeah.
You guys need to make one for the realtors.
I don't know
I
what
mean,
we
we're
would call it.
surrounded.
We'll call it the
El,
soul.
el agente.
El agente.
De la gente.
Put
You
it-
need one.
Make it look really nice.
We need our
Absolutely.
own
We're gonna make
hot
you
dog.
one.
Really?
For sure.
You guys are my witnesses.
You
okay?
heard it first here.
You heard it first.
Yeah.
We're getting our own hot
the
dog.
realtor dog.
Yes, this is how we met.
Absolutely.
In real estate.
Absolutely.
We also have a secret menu, so when you come by and visit us, we'll let you know.
I want to talk a little bit about besides hot dogs, what we do.
Okay.
So we really wanted to celebrate culture. So what we did was we created a comfort food menu. Comfort food, Chicano comfort food, thing that we grew up with here, eating every day. So for instance, we do calabacitas.
Oh, yummy. Yeah,
for
they don't
those of
sell
you,
those
no,
just
anywhere.
anywhere.
You can't go to a taco shop and get it. You can't go to a restaurant to get it.
No.
Only your mom, your nana, or your
With
tias.
the corn and
yes.
all.
So we do
Yummy.
calabacita. So zucchini, we slow simmer it in tomato sauce with sweet corn and grilled onion. We serve it with crema and cotija cheese. You
Yummy.
can't get sopa de fideo anywhere.
No,
You can
no,
come to
you
us.
have to make that yourself.
You can come to us. We take the work out of it for you. Every day we have sopa de fideo.
Wow.
We do ensalada de nopal. We
This
just
is a true like Mexican or with the roots of like all the family-oriented foods.
That's
that
what we
get
want.
with our grandmas. and
Absolutely.
yes, that's amazing.
The
Absolutely.
experience.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sopa de fideo.
Sopa de
Yes.
fideo.
How do you make that?
So the sopa de fideo is a spaghetti-like pasta. It's thin cut. We slow simmer it in a tomato chicken broth, right? We serve ours with a little lime and cotija cheese. I call it the Mexican version of chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
Right?
It
and
is.
especially right now with the cold.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing.
This is so great. So tell me about like for the people that are watching and are following you guys and they're getting inspired by you guys doing this. Was it hard? Like I know that you had a dream and it was a lot of work, but was it financially hard? Like how do you do that? If somebody wants to follow their dream, does it take a lot of money? Did you have to sell your house?
I had to sell both of my recreational vehicles. So
Okay.
part of what we
So
did.
there's sacrifice
Yeah, there's
involved.
absolute sacrifices.
Did you sell any
I'm
of
not
your
gonna
toys?
lie. Not yet.
Yeah. See,
He looks so guilty.
I'm a little different they both know I'm really good with planning and structure and finances. So I'm always prepared. I'm always prepared for the worst and hoping for the best. Something that was instilled with me in the military. However, has there been challenges? Have we needed to make sacrifices and changes?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We do it every day.
Absolutely.
Right.
Whether it's just home, relationship, work, we're spread really thin with time. But you can't focus on that. You can't focus on the negative. Look at what you want to achieve, what you want to go, and think of the end result. And wow, just by talking about that gives me the chills. It really does. It's something that you need to be passionate about.
Absolutely.
Right.
And having, like compadre said, when we first started talking, having the right partner, surrounding yourself with the right people, what we talked about a couple weeks ago, having that synergy definitely helps out. So if there's something that you've been thinking about, that you've been wanting to do, that you've been wanting to start, don't think twice. Put a plan together and execute it.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, everything starts with a plan. Like I said, nothing that's happening is by accident, right? My compadre and I have always lived with a mantra of focus on the activity, and the results will follow. And we're doing the same with this project. So why are we at where we're at 4 months into our project? It's because we focus on every single hot dog.
So it's only been 4 months.
It's only been 4 months.
That's amazing. You guys, everybody knows about you guys. So our show is so popular because you guys are here.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity.
We were
You're
getting all
awesome.
these comments, and I'm like, Claudia's like, we're getting so many comments. I'm like, yeah, it's Pablo and Ernesto. Everybody knows it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think one of the other things is when you have a partner, and I do want to mention that because I heard one of our coaches told us before, when you're making a partnership, make sure you sit down and write your divorce papers when you're in good terms, you know? And there's always have to be a rule, like to make sure that, because you're not always going to agree on everything. And sometimes, like, I'm doing a project with a partner, and one of the things was like, okay, what's going to happen when we cannot agree? And we had to decide, like, if we cannot agree, you are going to be the one that's going to make the last decision. And I think that's made it easy because there's been times that we don't both agree, and then I know my place, and I'm like, okay, I'm stepping out, and we decided that you were the one that was going to make the last decision, whether I liked it or not. And that has worked really well, you know? So what is it that do you guys have a plan for that, or how do you guys deal with things like that?
Constant communication.
Transparency.
Constant communication.
Because you guys have the same vision, the same
If there's an issue
standards
that
and-
needs to be addressed, it has to be addressed when the issue arises. Always being respectful to the other's thoughts, feelings, mentality, even though you might not agree sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
And then sometimes just sitting on it. Like, don't make a decision that day.
Yeah.
Just Give it some time and figure it out. But for the most part, you know, I can't make any excuses because I haven't had that problem. And I've known this guy since we were 17 years old.
Yeah.
And we've always had a really working relationship, but beyond that, respect has always been at the forefront of what we do.
Respect and admiration for each other.
Absolutely.
Because you guys admire each other.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like you have to admire your partner in business.
Absolutely.
Or in a relationship. So what has been your biggest challenge? Because there's got to be some
Oh my
challenge.
God, I would say our biggest challenge is space. So when we went to go see our current location,
How big is it? Because I haven't been there.
600 square feet.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's how the good businesses start.
It's 600. It's 600 square feet. We're doing all of the hot dogs that you see off of a rolling kitchen. So part of our concept is based around lowriders. That's a passion that I had growing up. I'm second generation lowrider. My dad grew up in Logan. He started a car club called Corner Car Club in 1977, and I grew up around cars. So for me, I wanted to make that part of what we're doing. So our actual kitchen is built out of a 1964 Chevy Impala.
I saw that picture.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
And if you check us out on Instagram or Facebook, you can check it out, Barrio Dogg.
So Barrio Dogg with two G's.
With two G's.
Barrio Dogg, D-O-double-G.
So the cart has been amazing, but we are hitting limitations now. As we grow in popularity, it becomes more difficult to keep up to that demand.
I heard there's a line, right?
Yeah, we did 450 hot dogs on Saturday out of a little cart. It's crazy.
How long was the wait in line?
You know what? No one waits more than 15 minutes.
No?
No, we try to get people out quickly, but addressing the problem is important. So I'll take you to phase 2 of Barrio Dogg. So we saw that the need for more space was evident. No?
Right. At only
But-
4 months. That's
Right.
amazing.
So, but we also knew financial limitations, opportunities. What do we do? Well, it just so happens that there was a space that was being built out down the street, another restaurant space that didn't complete itself. The owner of that building also owns our building, so he called us and said, "Hey, I got a restaurant over here if you guys are ready for it." And I called Ernesto,
here we are.
and he's like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, but you know what? He never questioned me. I think we were all automatically like, all right, this is what we're doing." So Barrio Dogg's currently working on its permanent location, which will be at 2234 Logan Avenue. So we're just going to move down a half a block.
2234?
2234 Logan
2234.
Avenue. Yeah, we're going to open up in March. We'll be a full sit-down restaurant. We'll have seating for 35, beer and wine. So we're going to take Barrio Dogg to the next phase.
Wow. And you know what? The beautiful thing is that you guys are employing people.
Yeah.
Like how many employees do you have right now?
So currently
At only
we
4
have
months.
we have a crew of 12.
Wow.
We have a crew of 12.
That's amazing.
And each of our team members plays a crucial role. From Chef Eric Gonzalez, whose family was the originators of Carnitas Urapa.
Wow.
So the Gonzalez family from Tijuana, he grew up around very excellent level of cooking. He went to culinary school. He came back and has chefed some of the most amazing restaurants in San Diego. And when we started this project, I called him just for hey, can you meet with me? Because I want to do something and I want to get
need
your
some
opinion.
advice.
Because he has been another friend of ours since we were kids, before the restaurant industry. So we sat down and I told him what I wanted to do, and he got excited for me, but he was busy. He had a full-time position at the Kindred. I never thought that he would end up in our path.
Wow.
2 weeks before we opened, he came on board, and he has just built a dream team for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So besides him, you have 11 other.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about at the new location? Are you employing more people?
Well, you know what? We will, because we're going to be branching off into catering and events. So now that we're going to have a permanent location, that 64 Impala rolling kitchen will start to do catering and events. For instance, we're doing a big Super Bowl party on February 4th for Firehouse Brewery in PB. It'll be a party for 800 people. In
Oh my
March,
God.
in March we're gonna
That's
do,
huge.
Mexico in a Bottle's another event that we're doing at the Bread and Salt Factory in March. So Barrio Dog will be on tour while Barrio Dog has its permanent location.
So if you guys are looking for a job and you're passionate about food,
Yeah, give
Call
us a
these guys.
call for sure.
that's amazing. This is a really nice story, and I'm just so proud of everything you guys have done and for sharing it with us, because a lot of us don't think that you can actually get there, and look how good it's doing just in 4 months.
Right.
That's amazing. Wow.
Thank you.
So now, tell me your business hours and invite everyone. Let them
Yeah,
know.
so we're open every day, Monday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. However, when there's events on the block or if there's activity going on, more than likely we stay open later. It tends to be Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays sometimes. But on average, every day from 11 to 9.
11 to 9.
And we're located at 2113 Logan Avenue.
Right now,
Right
but
now.
then you're moving
Correct.
just across the street, you said.
Just right down the street.
You're not going to keep this location at all, where you
Yes.
are right now.
Yeah, so
you're keeping both?
Yeah, so what we did when we came to the table is
It's just like
it's
the
not-
other location I was telling you
it's
here in
not-
Bonita, how they ended up with both.
It's not crazy enough that we decided to open one new business,
Right.
but we actually opened 2 new businesses at the same time. Because currently, Barrio Dog is sharing space with our second venture together, which is called Cruisinlowrider Galleria. So we own an art gallery down there, which houses Barrio Dog. So when Barrio Dog goes to its permanent location, we will still have Cruisinlowrider Galleria, which is an organic collaborative with San Diego artists, spotlighting the art, history, and culture of lowriding.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
All local
really-
artists, from muralists, photographers, pinstripers, everything that we do, we're all supporting all our local artists in San Diego. We have people that have come down to visit us from LA, from the Bay Area, that they've heard of us. So, I mean, if you come on by, if you're in the area, come
Check out the
some of
art. Even
Yeah.
if you don't want to come and eat, come check out the art. There's some
You're gonna
amazing
eat.
stuff.
I was just going to say, who's not going to eat once they smell them? They're so good.
And it's an experience. I mean, we have, like my compadre said, we have a great team. You're gonna come by and our team members are gonna explain the menu to you. They're gonna let you know what it is that you're eating or what you're ordering, and any art piece that's on the wall. If you have any questions, I mean, we're there. We're giving you an experience, and you're gonna leave there with a smile and a full
Yeah.
stomach.
Yeah, definitely that. Can't wait to try them. So I'm just gonna go here down the list. I wanted to mention some of the names of the people that have joined us. Erica Langford, hey, make sure you visit them. They're really
Hey,
close by.
Erica.
It's only like 15 minutes away?
Yeah, we're close. So if you're familiar with Barrio Logan, we're right on Logan Avenue, which is just right up the street from Chicano Park. So come on by. Like I said, 11 to 9 every day.
11 to 9.
It's a
Look
great
at Martin
thing.
Barros here. Ernesto keeps eyeing those hot dogs.
Yeah.
I do. Smell them.
David, my brother, I want a Barrio Dog.
Yeah.
There was a question. What beverages do you pair with the hot dogs?
So-
Any special beverages?
So you know what? Part of the reason that we want to move is so that we can pair these hot dogs with some delicious beverages. There's some exciting things going on in the barrio right now. We're becoming a new beacon for local breweries. So one of the dogs that we'll be working on at our new location is called El Borracho. So you got to come check it out. We're going to be pairing with a lot of local breweries. Right now, it goes great with, an ice cold Coca-Cola, an agua fresca, limonada,
So do you have anything healthy to drink? Because I know the meat is really healthy. And do you have gluten-free, the buns? Not yet?
No.
I know, because they're not as good, but I'm gluten-free.
I can make it without a bun for you.
You should make that for the realtors.
I will. Gluten-free. Or make it with crackers.
Oh my God, there's so many comments. We cannot go over all of them, but you guys can always go back and check them.
Awesome.
All right, bring us the...
Let's get
Make
a
sure you
winner.
guys follow us on social media. You guys on Instagram, Facebook. That way you can be up to date with any changes, any events that we got going on, any additions to our menu, any specials that we have going on. So make sure you follow us on hashtag Barrio Dog. That's DOGG. And then our Facebook page as well.
So you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Yelp.
Oh,
Yelp,
Okay,
Google
that's good.
Plus,
Go on
whatever
Yelp
you
and
need.
make a comment there because
Come
that
on
always
back.
helps when
Absolutely.
people. Before we do the drawing, we had somebody asking me if you could go over the rates. I know it's totally off the conversation. They wanted to know about the rates for refinancing right now.
You want to touch it? You want me to touch it?
Go.
Okay.
Do your thing.
So interest rates right now are hovering anywhere between 3.875 to 4.125, but again, every scenario is different. I'd say if you want to look into something, all we would need to take a look at would be your current mortgage statement, whether it is you're trying to lower your payment, cash out some equity, pay off some debt. Every scenario is unique, but interest rates still remain at record lows. The market is a little bit crazy sometimes, so it's just getting ready, keeping an eye on the market. That way we lock you in at the right rate.
So is it a good time right now to refinance?
We have people refinancing.
Yeah, I think prices are high, so if
It's a good time for a hot dog.
Yeah,
Always a good time for a hot dog.
we're gonna have some right now. Okay, let's see.
All right, so we're going to give away
$25.
a $25 gift card to come down and see us at Barrio Dogg. And this is going out to Rebecca Murakami de Garcia.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for...
You can bring your husband and your baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on by and check
Thank you
us
so
out.
much for your support and joining us, and hopefully you guys visit them. This is gonna be a huge location, the new one, and it's just a huge success already. So I can only imagine what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I should get your autograph today before you guys get too famous.
Thank you, FABY. Good
Thank
day,
you.
Chula Vista, for
Appreciate
having us.
you.
Everybody for your support. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna go because we're gonna eat the hot dogs because they're getting cold. You know what?
Martin,
I'm
we'll
gonna.
wait for you.
No, Martin, they're not gonna be here by the time you get here because there's like 4 of us here and we're starving. Can you see it?
Bring it closer.
He's not.
Careful with the light.
Further?
You're good. Perfect.
You're good.
I'm just gonna take a bite. I'm just kidding.
Just don't make eye contact.
Perfect.
Hot dog cam.